So what I'm going to want to do for my onion dice procedure is I'm going to take this, I'm going to remove the top of the onion, I'm going to mimic that slice on the root, but go even more minimal. From here I'm going to split. I'm working airborne with a paring knife. It's light and easy to manipulate, so I can peel these exterior pieces of the onion. So what we're going to do to guarantee our grid is to do a combination of horizontal and vertical slices, and then kind of just wedging, but not going all the way through. You see how I stopped? That way I don't slice all the way through and I keep this together. And slicing down and through this will help finish my grid pattern. So when you slice through, it allows you to cut through those cells minimally, and you end with a product that doesn't have a lot of like juice rendering and making you cry. Potato, and what I'm going to do is show you a julienne, kind of the matchstick. So I'm taking off a slice to be able to stand this up, and I'm taking off another slice to be able to get a uniform flat surface, and then I'm going to swipe down till I get contact on my tip and pull through. A classical julienne would be 2-inch long, get a uniform size, and finish with this nice square matchstick. You can do this for potatoes and then fry them. You can do it for carrots for salad. End with this uniform square product is great because it'll cook evenly. I mean, they look nice as well. And then I'm using the tip and pulling back. Then as I'm going forward, I'm dropping the heel until it comes in contact with the board. Then rewinding and repeating. This will allow for a typical slice. So like mini cuts, I'm going to top and tail, and then I'm going to cut vertical twice to get quarters or petals from this Roma or plum tomato. I'm then going to fillet out the interior. There's a lot of classical recipes that want a clean concassé tomato, so you have better flavor, better texture, you don't have the bite of seeds. So what's happening is the more we cut it, the more we break it down, the more enzymes within the garlic essentially eat the garlic itself and break down what we find harsh about it. One, I don't recommend crushing with your knife. I love crushing with a bench scrape or a spatula or something. Next on the spectrum would be sliced. I split lengthwise, any variance of thickness you might want. So next would be mince. If I cut this lengthwise or horizontal, but keeping the root intact, and then I roll it over like my onion, and then cut verticals, I've just created that grid pattern just like I did in the onion. From that, I can just hold the little root, keep it in place, slice through from the other direction, and I end with kind of this larger mince. This is really good for like sautés and scampis. The fourth in the line of the spectrum is paste. What I would recommend for your knife skills is to just crush with all your weight. I'm gonna just use my slice technique to work through it. From here, I can continue slicing. Notice that I'm actually slicing and not just dropping the heel of my blade. And what I use is a harsher granular salt, but using those crystals, you could then push down pressure and pull back. Notice that my blade's not really in contact. I'm using the face of my knife mostly. And then when you run back, it's all right there. This could be any herb. And then I'm gonna kind of lightly bundle them together and a little bit kind of roll them. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this motion because I'm going to incrementally get closer to the product and through the product very slowly, so I end with a really nice product that are light and fluffy.